Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Mabel and this is Zoya's Affairs TV. Today I am sharing with you how I make a big pot of stew, which I portion it into various sizes like this, and this is going to make my life easier. Let me show you how I make it. If you are following me on Instagram, you will remember this bucket which was given to me at a wedding party which I attended some weeks before Christmas. So I added in some tomatoes, I also added some bell peppers, some sweet peppers, also known as paprika peppers, and of course I have a whole lot of scotch bonnet, both the green and the red scotch bonnet, and they have different flavors. So I also added some onions, ginger and garlic, of course, and I have them in large quantities. I am making a big pot of stew, so I need a whole lot of peppers mixture. So I went ahead to wash and make sure everything is clean, and I'll add it into a pot big enough to contain the peppers, and I will just add in seasoning cubes, and that is because I love to add seasoning cubes to my pepper whenever I am boiling it or steaming it this way. Cover it and allow everything to start cooking. So I came back to check on it after 15 minutes, and I came to stir everything. I will be stirring on this occasionally because I wanted all those liquids, all those juice that came out from the tomatoes and the peppers to whisk down beautifully. And once that is done, I added it into a blender and bring it to a smooth blend. If today is your first time here, I want to specially welcome you and thank you for tuning in on my channel. Next, in the pot, I'll add in some vegetable oil. This is the oil I used in frying chicken some days ago. And I also added in some fresh oil. And once that heats up a bit, I'll go ahead to add the sliced onions, and I'll be frying this until it is translucent. Thank you for tuning in on my channel, and thank you for stopping by to watch this video. So now I added in some frozen tomato paste which I just brought out from the freezer, and I will dissolve that into the oil. And once everything has melted beautifully just like this, it's time for me to add in the blended peppers. And to all my returning subscribers, I am so glad you always come back to watch. Thank you for always engaging in my videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is going to be a perfect moment for you to click on that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. Click the icon that says all notifications. This is going to enable you to get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you. Once I give everything a good mix just like this, I will cover it and allow it to start cooking because I want it to cook and at the same time fry. And this was another 20 minutes later. The oil has started to flow to the top. I'll give it a good mix once again, and it's time for me to add in the chicken stock, and you can also add water if that is what you have. Just add it in to loosen it a bit. Now I'll give that a good mix and combine it together again, and I'll cover it halfway so it can continue frying. And this was it after another 20 minutes. Just look at it. The oil has started to flow to the top. I'll give this a good mix and combine it together. I tasted and see that I need to adjust the seasoning, so I added a little bit of salt and some chicken stock powder. I also added in some curry powder and some thyme and combined everything together. This is one of my many ways I make stews. just my regular ways of making stew, and it also helps me a lot. Whenever I come back from work, I might come back late and I know there is stew at home, the rest is going to be a story because dinner is going to be ready in a jiffy. And it's also a way to meal prep your stew base, and once you have this in the fridge or in the freezer, you know you are good to go. And look at this, it has cooked and completely fried. That is why you can see all the oil that came to the top of the stew or that floated to the top. Right now I will begin to scoop this out and just continue scooping until I scooped everything out. And I will also be sharing with you how I'm going to be using this oil which I am scooping out from this stew. And this stew was so flavorful. Of course it will be flavorful. It is very, very flavorful and it is delicious. If you are still watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment for you to click on that subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. Don't forget to click on the icon that says all notifications, because this will enable you to get notified each time I upload a new video. And also give this video a like because it really encourages me and it actually helps me out a lot. Just look at the oil that I was able to scrape out from this pot of stew, and I'll set that aside. And now I'll combine this stew together pretty well, and it's time for me to start portioning it into a container, and I'll just store it in the fridge or in the freezer. I tasted it and it was so good. Now I'll start portioning it, and I actually used to divide this into 2 batches. I portioned some and I stored them in the freezer, while I also stored some in the fridge. And that is because the ones in the fridge I used them early, and the ones I kept in the freezer, it might just be there for some months and it's still going to be as fresh as it is right now. Thank you also so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.